This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there. It's Jeff Gooderdam, and welcome you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, June 19th, in the year 2016, the Cleveland Cavaliers finally gave Cleveland a championship to call their own. They didn't have a major championship, baseball, basketball, football, or hockey, since 1964. So Cleveland looked like they would be one of the worst losing cities around, kind of like Houston in a sense. The finals had Cleveland, led by Tyronn Lue, against Golden State Steve Kerr. The Warriors defeated the Cavs for the 2015 title. All that. So anyway, the 2016 NBA Finals pitted Cleveland against Golden State. Cleveland was the fourth team to win the championship after being down 0-2, joining the 69 Celtics, who did against Lakers, the 77 Trailblazers, who did against the Sixers, and the 2006 Miami Heat, who did against Dallas. It was the first time in 8 years that the number one seeds in both conferences met in the final. Usually there was like one or two major upsets. It was huge. LeBron James unanimously won the Finals MVP. Well, why wouldn't they? Anyway, Golden State was 73-9. They broke the record set by the 1996 Chicago Bulls for most wins in a regular season at 73. And it looked like Golden State was going to run all over everyone, especially Cleveland. But things have a habit of being off. So anyway, the Cleveland Cavaliers were coming into their second straight trip to the NBA Finals. They were trying to win Cleveland's first championship, not only as a basketball franchise, but as a city in 52 years. LeBron would be in his sixth consecutive NBA Finals appearance, the most for any player who did not take part in the Celtics dynasty of the 1960s, and the fifth straight for James Jones. Cleveland fired their coach, even though they were number one in the Eastern Conference at 30-11. It was like, what the heck? Why would you do that? The GM said it was a lack of fit with our personnel and our vision. They were in first place in the conference. However, Cleveland did do okay, 27-14 the rest of the way. Close to a 6.67 winning percentage. Cleveland was 57-25, winning the Central and the top playoff seed in the East. They swept the Pistons and the Hawks in the first round, which was huge for them, winning 8 straight. Then they took on the Toronto Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Raptors got past the promised line. They finally got past a playoff opponent, doing it against the Miami Heat, then against Indiana, then Miami. Finally, the Raptors were going through it, but LeBron shut them down. The Raptors did put up a few wins in a decent style, but LeBron just showed off why he was good. In the meantime, Golden State won 73 games. It was amazing what they did. They broke numerous records. Most road wins, 34. So, they won a lot of games on the road. Best start to season, 24-0. And longest regular season home win streak, 54. Regular season, of course. And they were the first team to hit over 1,000 3-pointers in the regular season. The Warriors had Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. Steve Kerr actually had to miss time because of a back injury as head coach. And the Warriors were 39-4 in his absence, which is shocking. When he came back, they were 34 and 5. So, man, Luke Walton should have been the head coach. Anyway, the Warriors took down Houston and Portland easily. Unfortunately, Golden State had a problem. They were actually down 3-1 to the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it looked like Oklahoma City was going to shock the world and get to the final against LeBron. I would have bet on Cleveland over OKC. But anyway, the Warriors came back from 3-1 down, becoming the 10th team in NBA history to do that. So both teams were the number one seeds in their thing. The Warriors won both games against Cleveland in the regular season, including a crushing in Cleveland, 132-98. So game 1 happened June 2nd. The Warriors won by 15 points, thanks to Sean Livingston's 20 points, which was shocking. He led the league. He led the Golden State Warriors. In the meantime, game 2 saw the Cavs get totally blown out of the water. They were up by 2 after one quarter, but they couldn't hold on as the Warriors won 110-77. Draymond Green put up 28 points. The Warriors had a point differential of 48 in the first 2 games, which was amazing and all that. Game 3 in Cleveland, the Cavs came back with a 30-point win. LeBron James put up 32 points. Game 4 saw the Warriors beat Cavs 108-97. Steph Curry put up 38 points. He was looking pretty good. Anyway, in the closing minutes, Draymond Green and LeBron James were having a brouhaha, and then unfortunately Draymond Green appeared to make contact with James's groin, meaning that Draymond would be given a 1-game suspension for his actions. And all that. So anyway, Green was assessed a flagrant foul 1 for his thing. And because that was the 4th time he had a flagrant foul in the playoffs, he was suspended for 1 game. First guy since Jerry Stackhouse in 2006 to be suspended from an NBA Finals game. All that. Unfortunately for Cleveland, for Golden State, things would be bad. Andrew Bogut would injure himself with his left knee. Came down awkwardly. Cavs win 112-97. Andre Iguodala, my favorite Golden State Warrior at the time, had the rebounds and assists, and Klay Thompson put up 37. Game 6, Draymond came back, and everyone thought it's over. With Draymond coming back, the Warriors are going to win this thing. However, Green could not score for the life of him. And the Cavs put up a masterful first quarter, leading by 20 after 1 quarter. The Cavs won 115-101. Curry would be given his 6th foul with 4:22 left. He was out of the game, and he threw his mouthpiece in the stands in frustration. And people were thinking Curry may have gotten himself out of Game 7 because of that. The Cavs became the 3rd team in NBA Finals history to fall behind 3-1 and force Game 7. LeBron James was doing good. So it was down to Game 7. It was a huge one. Both teams actually scored 610 points on each other, which was funny. But Game 7 had 20 lead changes and 11 ties. The final margin of victory was 4 points, the lowest of the 7 games. The 4th quarter was huge. In the last few minutes, Golden State swatted the ball away, and it was Curry and Iguodala down the court on LeBron James. But LeBron, who was seemingly out of the play, somehow came from behind and swatted the ball as Andre Iguodala was going to put a layup. LeBron swatted the ball away for a block. Now, if the ball does not hit that little cylinder, then he can block it anywhere he wants. And then, with 53 seconds left, Kyrie Irving put up a 3-pointer to make Cleveland win 92-89. That was the margin of victory. So, anyway. It was just amazing. Draymond Green did his job, 32 points. He led the Warriors in points, assists, and rebounds. But unfortunately, though, he failed miserably. And LeBron James put up a triple-double, 27 points, 11 assists, 11 rebounds. So the Cavs were the first team in NBA history to come back from 3-1 series deficit to win the NBA Finals. It never happened before. They became the first NBA champion to actually win all their playoffs, to clinch all their playoff series on the road since the 99 Spurs. I didn't know that happened. And the first road team to win a Game 7 in NBA finals history since the 78 Bullets, or Washington, as they call it. So Cleveland's 52-year drought was over. It was huge. LeBron was named the unanimous finals MVP. I mean, obviously. The big thing was that the NBA Finals, this was the first time they went to Game 7 under the 2-2-1-1-1 format. It used to be 2-3-2, meaning that if you had home court, you would host games 1, 2, 6, and 7. Nowadays, it's 1, 2, 5, 7, just like the NHL. Anyway, the leaders of the cast were Matthew Dellavedova from St. Mary's and from Australia, I think. Channing Frye from the University of Arizona. Kyrie Irving from Duke. LeBron James from St. Vincent High School in Ohio. Richard Jefferson from Arizona. Dante Jones from Duke. James Jones from Miami, Florida. Sasha Kaun, K-A-U-N, from Kansas. Kevin Love from UCLA. Jordan McRae from Tennessee. Tim Mozgov from Russia. Ivan Shumpert from Georgia Tech. J.R. Smith from St. Benedict's Prep. Tristan Thompson from Texas and a Canadian. And Mo Williams from Alabama. So yeah, LeBron played all 7 games and all that. Only he, Kyrie, Jefferson, Shumpert, Smith, and Tristan Thompson played all 7 games. Only 6 of them played all 7 games. Wow. Dante Jones missed a game. Kevin Love missed a game. Dellavedova and Williams both missed a game. Golden State had Barnes, Curry, Ezeli, Iguodala, Livingston, Sprites, and Klay Thompson by comparison play all 7 games. It was huge. The ratings were huge for Game 7. 15.8 rating points for that. And over 31 million Americans watched that game live. Anyway, it was just huge. The aftermath, Cleveland were happy and all that. They got a title. LeBron was forgiven for leaving for Miami in the first place. They really had something to celebrate. Unfortunately, though, the next 2 years, the Cavs and Warriors would meet in the NBA Finals, and the Warriors would win both times. The Warriors would add Kevin Durant in the 2016 offseason to try to offset Cleveland. Cleveland would only win 1 out of 9 finals games in those 2 years, 17 and 18. The Warriors made it to the finals again in 2019, but lost to the Raptors in 6. And they are the defending champs now as they took down Boston in 6 games in the postseason. LeBron would leave Cleveland to join the Lakers, which was shocking, and got them the NBA title in 2020. After James' second departure from Cleveland, the Cavs have never made the playoffs. So, yeah, it was just unbelievable. And another fact about the Golden State victory is this. The Golden State choke was this. In all 4 professional leagues, baseball, basketball, football, and hockey, the team with the most regular season wins in a season did not win the title. Baseball, it was the 116-win Seattle Mariners in 2001, or if you want to be more technical, the 1906 Chicago Cubs, who also won 116 games, although it was in 152, so they would have had more than 116. They didn't win the World Series. The White Sox beat them. The 2001 Mariners didn't even make the World Series because they fell to the Yankees in the conference finals. Basketball, of course, the Warriors 73 wins. Well, the Bulls had 72 wins in 96, and they won the title. So, yeah, 73 wins without the title, as I just described. Football has the New England Patriots go 16-0 and lose the Super Bowl to the New York Giants. A loss that still pisses me off to this day, and you don't know how much it's pissed me off, sister. And, of course, hockey. Hockey, are you sure? Yeah, well, the Tampa Bay Lightning won 62 games in 2019 alongside the Detroit Red Wings doing that in 96. Both teams did not win the Stanley Cup. In fact, both teams didn't even make the Stanley Cup finals. Tampa got swept in the first round by Columbus. Kind of the catalyst for them going for their 3rd NHL title in a row at the time of this taping. And The 96 Red Wings got shocked in the conference finals by Colorado in 6 games. And yes, that was the series where Claude Lemieux had that dirty hit on Darren McCarty. I was cheering for the Avalanche, but I don't condone that Claude Lemieux hit. And he rightfully got suspended for the first few games of the NHL finals. But that didn't matter. The Avalanche still won the cup. So yeah, so it's freaky how the top four regular season teams in history in the 4 major sports did not win a title. For Golden State and New England, at least they made the finals. The other 2 leagues had their guys not even make the finals. Kind of pathetic, don't you think? Anyway, and this is being taped on Father's Day, 2022. So happy Father's Day to all the dads. And, it's rough on me because I lost my dad 2 years ago to heart failure. So, yeah, it's rough, but I can get through it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond.